To be or not to be? That is the question. And the answer is by Dead Pixels. Hey guys, this is AF, and you're watching Dev Diary number 5. And since Hallow Weekend is around the corner, Scalzi over here just wanted to say to drop by and say hi, and say he hasn't forgotten about you guys, and also say that there will be a merch shop available in the future where you can get a whole bunch of stuff from the Pixel Wars universe, including this guy and his friends. Um, so yeah, exciting. Anyways, I'm just gonna go ahead and put this guy over here where he belongs on my desk, and welcome you to the fifth episode of Dev Diaries, where I talk about my development journey, solo development journey, um, into bringing Pixel Wars to life. Now, Pixel Wars, for those of you who don't already know, is a PvP tactical turn-based brawler game where you compete and fight in arenas with other real players for glory and real money prizes. Okay, cool. Now, in this Dev Diary, we're going to be talking about special stuff. Well, everything that we talk is about regarding Pixel Wars is special, but this Dev Diary is kind of close to my heart because we will be talking about the core gameplay loop of Pixel Wars, which is great because I want to talk about this for so long and finally getting around to doing it. We'll also be doing a game shout out, just like we do every Dev Diary, with one of my favorite games, where I'll be shouting out one of my favorite games that I like to play or that I've played recently, and then we'll be doing a secret giveaway. So stick around. By the way, this time it's different. It's not going to be a Stratus giveaway, although I do encourage you guys to follow Stratus, our cybersecurity partner, on Twitter. But this time it's going to be different. Anyways, strap in, welcome, and let's go. Now, we said we will be talking about the core gameplay loop, but before we get into that, I just wanted to clarify a few things. And before we get into that, I want to tell you guys to, if you want to get in touch, just go and visit pixel.af, and you'll find all my socials there and everything that I do related to game development, as well as crypto, specifically Cardano as well. So feel free, pixels.af is my go-to one-stop shop. Now, preamble number 2, I wanted to address some topics that were raised in the Dead Pixels Discord by the community. One of them was related to the to a couple of Dev Diaries that I did in the past. So we're talking about the character heroes, actually roster and pixel heroes, and 2, the gameplay. Game mechanics, call it game mechanics. The new game mechanics. Now, related to this, there have been some questions, and the main takeaway for me, at least, was: do these new things that I've brought into the Pixel Wars universe affect timelines, or do they delay in any way the progress that we've already made so far? And the answer is no, definitely not going to be delayed in any way. These are decisions that have been made a while back, and I'm talking about them now because I want to sort of frame everything in chronological order in terms of Dev Diaries, and frame the journey from where we started and where we're at in a way that it makes sense. So final answer, no, it does not affect in any way. It does not add overhead or anything like that. If anything, they actually simplify and take away from things from the time it takes to actually develop the game. Another question you guys had is the forging process going to be affected by this? And the answer is no, it's not going to be affected. The forging, the on-chain part, and the Genesis holder reward, as well as the rewards for players, So what was already achieved in the last year, i.e. the forge, the on-chain forge, and so on that we've talked about, and there's also a clip back in 2023 of me talking about this on this channel, stays the same. So nothing has changed with regards to that. Everything that has changed and that I've talked about in terms of change was related to the game itself and gameplay mechanics and the way we interact with our pixel heroes. And that was it. Now, let's get into the meat of this dev diary and talk about the core gameplay loop of Pixel Wars. So what is a gameplay loop? Basically, it's a bunch of things that the game developer wants you to do in order to be able to gratify yourself for achieving said objective. And traditionally, gameplay loop is made out of three main parts. Number one would be the challenge. Not my fault, it's a long word. Okay, so this is the first part of a gameplay loop, and then basically this translates into what the game wants you to do, or the challenge of the actual game, of the gameplay itself. Then you, in order to be able to achieve or to overcome this challenge, you need to do a bunch of actions. So this is basically the gameplay itself. Afterwards, once you've done these actions and successfully completed them, you get rewarded. So rewards. Seem familiar yet? Okay, good. And then it loops into new challenge, action, rewards, blah, blah, blah. This is like the traditional definition of a gameplay loop. Now, let's talk about the Pixel Wars core gameplay loop. So let's assume that we've booted up the game and we're in the menus and we want to select our pixel hero. Oh, and by the way, if you don't know what pixel heroes are, check out Dev Diary episode number 4. It's just previous episode that I put out about pixel heroes. So there's a limited number of these predefined pixel heroes that we get to choose from. Each of them has their own unique identity and abilities and look and feel and playstyle and whatnot. So this is step number 1 in our user journey in our into the core gameplay loop, selecting our hero. Once we've selected our hero, we then get to get assigned opponents. Basically, we're thrown into a lobby where we get assigned opponents and the game starts. In the meantime here, once the game has started, we're off to step number 2 in our core gameplay loop, which is choosing our gear. Now, before you guys start to speculate, and I like speculating, gear in Pixel Wars is something that I haven't talked about, although it's been in the works for a bit of time now. I haven't publicly spoken about it because I wanted to reveal it now. So, pixel heroes will be able to equip gear in the form of either items, like weapons and stuff like that, or abilities that will give you an extra edge in battle. So we're going to be able to choose from a limited number of either items or abilities before we actually get into battle. And all of these items and abilities will be proprietary to your pixel hero. So every pixel hero now comes equipped with a set of items and abilities that you get to choose from before actually starting to do battle. Cool. Now, moving forward in our core gameplay loop to number 3, we get to battle our enemy, which is player 2. And this is the generic name that we use for enemies. Let's just keep it like that forever. Battling player 2, we finally managed to defeat player 2 and we win. This is step number 4 in our core gameplay loop, and basically the conclusion of our core gameplay loop. Now, if you remember from earlier, we established that a core gameplay loop should have a challenge, some actions, and a reward. And this is it. Our challenge is winning the game. We go through the actions, which is selecting hero, choosing a gear, battling our enemy. And once we finally won, we get to choose our reward. We can either choose to cash out, retire, and this is the end of our gameplay loop. Everybody's happy, or continue in this and start a new game, choose gear, battle, win, and so on and so forth. And this is basically the core gameplay loop for Pixel Wars. Now, I know this may seem a little bit obvious, and why are you even talking about this, AF? Well, basically, the reason is it's good to have an idea put down, and it's good to get the idea across of the core gameplay because there's, and obviously in my development journey and my game dev journey, and I haven't solo developed a game ever. This is the first game that I'm doing. You get to learn a lot of stuff, and one of the things that I've learned is doing stuff like this actually gives you a lot of clarity moving forward with the game, and also helps potential players understand how your game is going to work before they actually play it. And I'd say let's jump into Pixel Wars, or a build of Pixel Wars as it is right now, so you guys can get a feel of what choosing gear looks like. So for our case, obviously, still development build, don't get any ideas. We got our guy here, the Gladiator Goggles character from Ding Royale. And this guy is actually going to be an actual character in Pixel Wars, so he's going to be one of the heroes that you'll be able to choose from at the beginning of each game. And this is an example of the items that he can get. So for example, he has like a shield, like a wooden shield, a sword, or a gladius, that's what it's called, a spear, and some sort of ability that I won't talk about right now. Secretly, I already got this down, but we'll talk about each character separately in future Dev Diaries. So you basically spawn, and you get to choose your stuff, the things that you want to play with. So let's pick up our shield, let's pick up our sword, and then we can just venture forth into battle. Great. I hope you guys got a taste of this. By the way, I did a poll on Twitter, and it turns out a lot of people thought pixels were heads, floating heads. They are not floating heads. They are units. They are unitary, standalone units. I don't even know how to call them. They're basically one single thing. This is their entire body, so to speak. And they can equip weapons, apparently. How these weapons sit on the pixels themselves, total mystery. Maybe they have invisible little hands, but I guess we'll never find out. Okay. I think that about wraps up our game section of the Dev Diary. So let's go on and just mute this tab and move on to, actually I'm not going to mute it, move on to the game shoutout, which for our Dev Diary today, for number 5, I chose to do Into the Breach. Now, Into the Breach is has a lot of similarities with Pixel Wars, by the way. In terms of gameplay, it's a turn-based strategy game, tactical turn-based strategy game, where you get to control some units on a map against AI bugs, or bug aliens, big bug aliens that have invaded your world. It's a very cool game. It's very simple, very easy to wrap your head around, and I do recommend you guys try it out. I've enjoyed it, and I every now and then I get back to it, and I play a little game. Let's watch the intro so you guys get a feel of what this is all about. Nice pixel art, graphics, retro vibes. I honestly hope we get this review for Pixel Wars as well. Same. Boom. Cool. Now, this game was made was made by two guys. Two guys coming in from 2K Games. They've had previously moved to China to get their jobs sorted out and stuff like that, and they decided to make games together. And this is their second game that they made, and it's a great game. It was a hit. It was an instant hit. Cool stuff. I love indie games. I love them. Great. Now, moving onward to our secret giveaway. There is no Stratus giveaway this time around, although I do encourage you guys go into Twitter and give Stratus Security a follow. They're our cybersecurity partner. This time around, I wanted to make things special, and I will be giving away a copy of this actual game, Into the Breach, to a lucky winner. And in order to be able to participate, to be eligible to win, you need to be a member of the DEADPXLZ Discord. You can find the link to the DEADPXLZ Discord down in the description. Also, you need to be a verified holder on Discord. And obviously follow us on our main socials, but if you're already a verified holder on Discord, you're probably following DEADPXLZ and myself on our socials. Great. I think this is it, guys. It was a pleasure going through the core gameplay loop of Pixel Wars with you, and I'll see you all next time in the next Dev Diary, where we will be diving into what Pixel Heroes can actually do. So have a great weekend ahead, stay safe, and we'll see each other again soon. Cheers.